We in these streets.
All right, everybody, what's going on? Y'all know what it is, man. Go to 3kingsboxing.com for the latest greats what's going on in the sport of boxing. Welcome to the Prodigy of Boxing Talk. I know it's been a while. Of course, always over here, man, to push this show over the hump that it's be trying to get over. My man, Prodigy, what's going on, fam?
What's good, man? Like, we got some revelations tonight, man, or last night in this Tank Davis Hector Garcia card. We got some beta male revelations. Got some revelations of cats not being as good as cats thought they were. A lot of revelations, man. A lot of revelations.
Got some spoilers that took place that was trying to happen.
Right. Spoilers are messed up. There's one I forgot, man. I forgot about Andrade. Let's start there. I didn't put that shit in the topic.
I'm not forgetting him. I'm not forgetting him. I'm not forgetting him. But before we kick these things off, man, as always, I just want to give a little message to everybody out there, right? I want all you guys to understand something, man, that, in life, things get hard and things get tough, right? And no matter how tough and hard it gets, you always gotta push through, right? And I'm saying this for a reason that's gonna come up later on in the show. But just remember, over here at Three Kings Boxing, just because y'all don't see us one way, we're working another way.
Yeah.
Ain't no give up here. That's
fucked up, bro.
I
just broke one of my rules. That's messed up, bro.
No, it's been over 30 seconds. I was
bet.
I'm looking at the time.
Bet.
I purposely tried to drag it along to get over 30 seconds so I can let the filth fly.
Right.
All right, man. So let's get right to it. But before we get started, we got to bring up a blast from the past, baby.
Oh, man. I feel bad for him though, man. Like, the Sergey Limpinets loss in 2019 was really bad, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, I've never been high on Sergey Limp Nuts. That's why I call him that, Limp Nuts. You know what I'm saying? Never been high on him. Never thought he was a good fighter, even when they were trying to push him to be I think it was Julius Ndongo's mandatory at that time, and they were trying to stop Ndongo and Crawford. I didn't like him then. I was like, man, who is this cat, man? He's okay, man. I seen YouTube videos of his fights. He's all right, man. Like, this shouldn't stop Undisputed, and thankfully it didn't. When Mikey Garcia didn't have a good look at him whenever they fought, and he didn't look too good when they fought, I kind of gave him a little bit of respect, but not much. And then he lost that respect when he looked like shit against Cutshale Clayton. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So, and he really lost when Booch just went in there and ran the motherfucker over. So, Lamont Peterson losing to him in 2019, I was like, all right, man, you're done, bro. Because you should have beat this guy.
Right.
Lamont Peterson, the one that fought Amir Khan, the one that fought Danny Garcia, that one beats the hell out of Sergey Limpinets. You know what I'm saying? To see you get knocked out by this guy, and he contemplated prior to getting knocked out that he was going to retire if he lost that fight, you should have stayed in retirement. Because he came out
knocked out.
Right, exactly, Bo. He comes out of retirement 4 years later and gets knocked out by a motherfucker with a fucking 500 record.
Not no more.
Yeah, not no more. He over 500 now. My man rolled into this fight 16-16.
Darnell Boone style.
Bro, that's like 8th seed in the playoffs.
You're about right.
You know what I'm saying?
Looking at these divisions, you're about right.
Shit, right now in the NFL, you might win a division with that record and shit.
For real,
you know what I'm saying? But NBA, that's like 8th, 7th seed. You way down there, bro. Right? Motherfuckers ain't betting on you to win shit with a 500 record.
No.
And it's the same thing in boxing. You got a 500 record. Motherfuckers ain't betting on you to win nothing. And not only did he win the fight to bring himself 17-16, which I believe he should promptly retire, as me and Bo mentioned before this show. Hey, bro, you above 500. Go ahead and retire. Because you were just coming off a 4-loss losing streak. You was heavily defeated before you got into this fight. You was heavily defeated. You know what I'm saying? And not only did he win, Bo, he dominated. Motherfucker was all sprawled out. Go look at the video on the Three Kings Boxing Facebook page. Lamont Peterson has 0 punch resistance right now, man.
He's Amir Khan 2.0.
Oh, he worse than Amir Khan.
Oh, no. Okay, yeah.
No, man. Lamont Peterson would get knocked out by Marcos Maidana right now.
Oh.
Amir Khan went 12 with Maidana. And I'm talking about the fat Maidana. He's still getting knocked out by him.
He still gets knocked out by the fat Maidana? That's bad, dog. That's bad.
Look here, bro. There's still an active fighter that Amir Khan fought and got wobbled by. Chris Algieri. Remember that?
Yeah.
Chris Algieri, pillow hands, wobbled Amir Khan. That was what, April 2015, I believe, when they fought?
Was it 2015?
April 2015, because I was in Virginia. That's how I remember.
Okay.
I was in Virginia for a funeral, and I watched that fight that weekend.
You know what? That's right, because prior to that, Chris Algieri he was going to let the animal out the cage against Manny Pacquiao.
Oh, yeah. I'll never forget that. That was the funniest shit I ever seen live. But he got wobbled by Chris Algieri. Chris Algieri knocks Lamont Peterson out. If Sergey Limpnuts can do it, Chris Algieri can do it. That's how I'm just saying. I'm just doing this associate. A plus B equals C. Associate to property. That's all I'm doing. That's all I'm doing, bro. Because if I see a motherfucker 16 and 16, I don't care that he had 14 knockouts. 14 of them knockouts were obviously against motherfuckers that shouldn't be in the ring. But you went in there and made this motherfucker look like Ernie Shavers.
Man.
He made him look like Tank. He made him look like Deontay Wilder, Bo.
Oh, man.
He made him look like Edwin Valero. Bring one of them back.
Oh, my God.
Valero 25-0, 25 knockouts, bro. Remember that?
Yeah, I remember him.
Made him look like him.
Mm-hmm.
Sprawled out on his back, looking stupid as fuck. Then tried to get up and fell on the other side of the ring. Man, get this nigga out of here, please. Somebody in Lamont's corner, please tell this man that it's time to really retire now. As I wrote in the recap, like I said, y'all can go read the recap on threekingsboxing.com. Also, then venture over to Three Kings Boxing on the Facebook page and check the knockout video. You can also look at the knockout video on our Instagram page at Three Kings Boxing. Look at it. If this was a fight where he was like, yeah, man, I'm trying to see if I still got it. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Nigga, I know what you mean. Oh, punk ass Anthony Peterson over there. Yeah, I know what you mean. Right?
He's looking as bad as his brother now.
He down there with Anthony now.
He's down there with Anthony now.
Shit, Anthony better than him. I don't remember Anthony getting knocked out like that. He lost to Brandon Rios. That was his only loss, I think.
Hey, everybody, check this out. Inside joke. Prodigy, did he get knocked down? Did he get hit on the arm? Was it?
Oh, man. Yeah, you're right. It's an inside joke, man. We ain't even going to go there because the dude that was part of that probably ain't even watching right now, man. But I'm just saying, Bo. Listen, man. Right, Alex. Van Heerden stops him. Agreed. Somebody in Lamont Peterson, real talk. Somebody in Lamont Peterson's corner, please tell this man it's over. Now, people on the Facebook page are like, man, he's fighting for money. That's probably what it is. We don't know that for sure. We have no idea. But it's popular to say that a fighter's continuing his career when he doesn't need to because it's for money. That's just a popular saying, right?
Yeah.
But in reality, we don't know why Lamont Peterson is really fighting. Hey, man, at the end of the day, your health is more important than money, dog. If you didn't get that dough while you were beating Amir Khan and robbed against Danny Garcia, if you didn't get that dough, right? Then, man, you just need to go ahead, put on your apron, man, and start bagging over there at the grocery store, dog. Because that, honestly, Bo, that's more important than him getting in the ring and getting knocked out by guys he should have easily beaten. That's why they put him in the ring with this guy.
Yeah, exactly.
So he could easily beat him.
There's the
get more confidence and continue on with his career. But it backfired because he's done.
Yeah. That's, and I'm not gonna spend too much time on it. Yeah. The bad part about it is, And because I heard somebody say shame on PBC for no, ain't no shame on them for putting them on there to do
I
that,
saw
right?
that. Yeah.
Yeah, ain't no shame on them for doing it, man. These guys, something you can't tell them because what we saw in that fight, I'm sure somebody saw that in training camp. Like somebody saw.
Yeah.
You're not gonna tell if a dude 16-16 did this to you in the fight. Somebody, an amateur, did this to you in training camp, and
Right.
they still decide to go forward, right? But hey, man, at the end of the day, this is why my man Prodigy, I'm gonna take a phrase he said, I'm gonna add to it. When he said these guys need PR people and they also need good damn accountants
Yeah.
to help take care of your shit for
Well,
when boxing's over, it's over.
that's a big thing that Mikey Garcia was talking about. Actually, he's doing that right now. He's trying to educate fighters on how to continue, how to budget, how to be financially stable. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
There's other cats like my man, shout out to my man Rick Muhammad. He's done that as well as a manager, right? In the boxing game. He's done that as well. It's talk to fighters about how to budget their money, put money aside for taxes, right? Because
Mm-hmm.
put money aside for medical expenses, all of that. You know what I'm saying? So,
Yeah.
shout out to them guys for doing that. But there's resources out there, and a lot of these fighters, it is a problem that they have that they don't know how to manage their money, bro.
Yeah.
And maybe that might be the case with Lamont, maybe not. But at the end of the day, whatever it may be, your health is more important, bro. You got to go, man.
I agree 100%, man. All right, man. So let's move on. As we said, we're gonna talk about Demetrius Andrade for a second. Now, let me just say this, man. I like Demetrius Andrade. I'm glad he's over on Showtime. I still, even after the performance that he gave tonight, I still don't think Charlo's gonna fight him. Charlo's gonna kitty cat foot around with it and everything like that. Ain't gonna fight him. I
Yeah.
hope Andrade is serious about fighting the winner of Caleb Plant and David Benavidez. Although I don't know if they'll fight him, knowing if they can get a Canelo fight. We'll have to see what happens. But let me just say this though. Andre started out like I wanted him to start out, and I actually thought, all right, man, he's gonna start out like this, and he's gonna, probably try to get the knockout, do his thing. But in typical Andre fashion, he returned back to the Demetrius Andre that we know, right?
Right. Right.
I was looking, I said, oh man, I like this. Okay, there's the old Andre.
There's the one. There's the one that pisses people off.
Right.
Right.
There's the one that gave a lackluster performance against Jack Coquet. Yeah, that's him. That's
Yeah.
him.
That's him right there.
That's him right there.
Yep.
Right. All right. But Donnell Nicholson, I'm sorry, bro, man. You can't be woofing and ain't like he did more talking and throwing punches. Did you hear his corner? Well, you
Bro.
let your hands go.
Bro. Listen. Damon Nicholson lost to Edgar Berlanga.
Yeah.
That's all I could think about when he was talking. I'm like, bro, what are you talking for? It's like, you on the basketball court and a nigga hit a 3-pointer, one 3-pointer in his life and shit. Now he running his mouth. You're like, bro, why are you running your mouth, man? You just hit 1 3. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like motherfuckers be out here eating you up all the time, bro. Why are you running your mouth, man? That's what I felt when I'm watching Damon Nicholson run his mouth. Like, bro, like 2 fights ago or 3 fights ago, however many it was, you lost to Edgar Berlanga, bro.
Oh man.
Jesse Hart tossed your salad. No homo. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He whooped your ass, bro. Why are you running your mouth?
Yeah.
You getting your ass whooped in this fight.
Yeah.
You're not even having by that point, he hadn't even won a round. I didn't give him a round. I didn't give him a round.
No, I didn't.
What are you doing? Listen, man. At the end of the day, Demetrius Andrade should have got Damon Nicholson out of there.
I agree.
You know what I'm saying? Nicholson has 5 losses, been knocked out twice. One of those knockouts was Jesse fucking Hart, who's another terrible fighter. You know what I'm saying? He should have got him out of there, dog. But as Bo mentioned, Demetrius Andrade has these lapses. And this is why it's hard to argue for Andrade to get big fights like with Canelo, for example. Charlo should have been fought this. That fight should have happened. And people always, like I said, they always go back to 2014. Oh, he pulled out because of Rock Nation. No, he pulled out of the Jermel Charlo. Not Jamal, Jermel. Yes, they're twins, but they're 2 different people. You know what I'm saying? These 2 motherfuckers don't have the same record. They're not both fighting in the same division with the same belts. They're 2 different people. So if Jermell wanted to quote black card, right, as Jermell puts it, black card him, right, then Jermell can do that. But Jermall shouldn't be doing that. They were champions in the same division, right?
Yeah.
Twice, actually, champions in the same division on 2 separate occasions.
Yep.
And then Jermall is entertaining 168. So they're going to be in a 3rd division together. Jermall needs to fight this guy. Go ahead.
Got some bad news for you. Charlo came out and said, I can make 160 pretty easy. I could probably stay the rest of my career.
I mean, whatever. Well, he did say that. He said he wants to defend his. He said he wants to defend his. He wants to be undisputed and then defend undisputed several times. He said that. I understand that. But at the end of the day, right? If you've got a fight with one of the better fighters in the world right in front of you, why would you not want to fight him?
Agreed.
You see what I'm saying?
Agreed.
And I tell you guys, when dudes duck or avoid, however you want to put it, some motherfuckers want some different type of, formal word instead of duck. Okay, avoid. When we see a fighter avoid another fighter, right?
Right.
It's not necessarily that they're afraid of that fighter. I don't believe that. I don't believe they're afraid of the fighter. They're afraid of the risk of losing, which would damage their marketability. You damage your marketability, you damage your money. That's what they're afraid of. I guarantee that's what the Charlos are afraid of, or at least Jamal anyway, when it comes to Demetrius Andrade. It's a risk fighting Demetrius. It's not a guaranteed win, and they understand that.
Yeah.
Hell, if if Jamal Charlo was truthful to himself, he would understand that Demetrius Andrade is a risky fight. Right? That's why these guys don't want to fight David Benavidez. He's a risky challenge. That's why nobody's talking David Morrell's name. Hell, matter of fact, bro, when they were talking about David Morrell when Andrade was fighting Nicholson, I was like, Andrade's not taking that fight. I was telling my wife that Andrade's not taking that fight.
No, hell no. Hell
not fighting David, because they're like, man, I think it was Al Bernstein fight I would like to see, a lot of people not mention his name. I'd like to see Andrade, David Morrell. Man, that would be a cracking fight. No, it may be, but he's not taking that fight.
He's not taking that fight.
Andrade's not fighting David Morrell.
No, sir.
You know what I'm saying? Unless David Morrell's in a position where he's in front of Andrade progressing, and understand Andrade turns 35 this month.
Right.
So Morrell would need to get in his way pretty much in this year, because Andrade only has a few more fights left, honestly, my opinion. I think he's going to cash out eventually. So I don't think Morrell can even position himself to get in Andrade's way. So that fight's not happening.
No.
But that's why these guys don't want to fight these guys, because they're high risk and it could damage their marketability if they take an L. But Jamal at this point, and the fact that he hasn't even fought in 2022, people are looking at him like a forgotten champion at this point.
Yeah, that's true.
He needs a big fight. You got Mercedes Selecki coming up. Nobody wants to see that shit. Like, he needs a big fight. He's got to fight him, dog. Jamal's got to fight him. But listen, Andrade and Canelo, the reason why Canelo will continue to not give Andrade the fight is because people will always back Canelo not fighting him because of how Andrade looks in his fights.
Yeah.
In order to put pressure on Canelo, Andrade, and Charlo for that matter, you have to look impressive in your fights, and fights you're supposed to look impressive in. Liam Williams didn't look impressive, right?
No.
Jason Quigley. He did look impressive against him, but he's trash, right? Damon Nicholson sure looked impressive. He looked sharp in the beginning, but then fizzled out. When you fizzle out, people only remember the fizzle out. They don't remember the sharpness early on. If you fizzled out early or fizzled in early and then ended sharp, people remember the sharpness. If you started slow and then knocked the motherfucker out brutally, guess what? They remember the knockout.
Right.
But you went the other direction. You started off really nice and then fizzled out. So they're going to remember that.
Like that little thing on 4th of July.
Yeah, right. Exactly. Exactly. Right. So at the end of the day, it's like all these comments. At the end of the day, people are not going to advocate for you to fight Canelo because they don't think you're worth his time, man. And that's what pisses me off about Demetrius Andrade, huh? So he wins, he dominates. Demond Nicholson doesn't win a round, but it still wasn't impressive. So we're still at square one. What's next? I don't know, bro.
Yeah, I don't know. I listen, man. At the end of the day, and again, not really much to say here. The only thing that I'm gonna say is that, um, just like what you mentioned earlier about fighters, Ramirez and other fighters. That's my word for duck now. From now on, when a fighter's doing it, I'm gonna name that after that. So you got these motherfuckers.
Let me jump on this. I don't think Samuel Gilly's talking about the Andrade. He's probably read the description and it's me talking about Ennis. And this is what niggas is gonna do because they love Jaron Ennis for some fucking reason. Stop loving fighters and fucking analyze fights, man. Just because a person wins every round doesn't mean they didn't show flaws. That doesn't mean that. Okay. A fighter can win every round, bro. But when you're looking at a fighter and how he fights, you're supposed to be comparing him against the best.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the point, right? Yeah. These guys aren't in boxing just to fight and walk out without fighting the best. As a fan, you want to see a good fighter that you like Jaron Ennis against the best, right? Right. Don't need you to answer it. I already know the answer. So what you do is, even though he's winning every round against a guy named Karen, you compare what he did against Karen and how that would look against Spence or Crawford. Very simple to understand. That's where the flaws come in, Samuel Gilly. Go ahead, bro.
Well, every fighter has them. And if you think of just because a fighter wins a fighter looks dominant, don't mean a fighter's not having flaws. A round is 3 minutes. So if a fighter shows me flaws in 20 seconds and he wins the other 2 minutes and whatever, that still don't mean the motherfucker showed me a flaw. It didn't show me a flaw, y'all. And that's just, and also we talking about skill set. But speaking of that, maybe somebody should have told that to Rashidi Ellis, because man, listen, he's a front runner. Oh man, he comes out that gate. Here you come, the Ellis coming out that gate around that corner, around him is Ellis.
Man,
that's how he started. But then at the end, like what you said, he fizzled out. But one of the biggest things, one of the biggest keys to the fight for me, which I'm not surprised. This number one, I think this was a fight that he took too early, and here's why I'm gonna say that. He hadn't fought. Okay, his last fight that he had only lasted 1 round. That's coming off of him not fighting in 2 years. So you really didn't get the type of rounds that you need in to prepare yourself for a 12-round fight against a guy that has power and can go very long in an IBF title eliminator, unless you're telling me you was a guy who's going to knock him out. Then as his reduction started going down, well, Vaya started coming on, and we saw what happened. Now, I thought Rashidi Ellis won the fight because I thought you could make the argument he only lost rounds 10, 11, and 12. That's it. From rounds 1 through 8, maybe even 9, you can make the argument he won all those fights. So I thought he won that fight. I scored it 114, 112 for Ellis. But at the end of the day, this is what happens when these guys don't properly prepare themselves or properly take care of what they're supposed to do leading up to a fight. When a fight is in a 12-round fight, you can have no layoffs. In a 12-round fight, you can have no pauses. In a 12-round fight, you can't have no ifs, ands, or buts, man. You got to be 100% on game. And the minute he wasn't on game, we saw what happened. Even though I don't agree with the scorecard, at the end of the day, hey, man, this was a bad look for Rashidi. He showed major flaws in this fight.
Where's the situation? I had to break this down mathematically for a lot of cats out there, man. So understand that it was a majority decision, right? You had one judge, 113, which, it is what it is. I don't have too much of a problem with that. Then you had 2 other judges that had it 114, 112 for Romain Villa, right? Now, here's the math. Villa scored a 10-7 round in the 12th round, okay? So in order for him to get a 114, 112 scorecard with a 10-7 round, he had to have won 6 rounds in this fight. That is the math. That is the 1 + 1 = 2. Doesn't equal 3 or 4 or 7. You know what I'm saying? So with that being said, I don't understand where you could have given Roman Villa 6 rounds in this fight. Where? The last 4? Sure. 9, 10, 11, and 12. Sure. Maybe even squeeze in one more round somewhere like 8 and 7. But 1 through 6, there's no way you gave those rounds, any of those rounds, 1 through 6, to Roman Villa. No way.
I agree with that.
7 or 8, maybe, but I'm still like, no. 9 through 10, I'm cool with that. So even if you squeezed one round, which I'm saying could have either been 7 or 8, that's still 113, 113. That's a draw. When they read the scorecards, I heard 113, 113. I was like, damn, this shit about to be close. Right?
Yeah.
And then they said 114, 112 for the other two. I was like, oh, Rashidi Ellis got it. Because I figured it was 116, 112.
Mm-hmm.
And then you deduct the 2 points that he lost in the 12th round, makes it 114, 112. Easy.
Sure, easy.
And that's exactly how I had the fight scored, actually. 114, 112. So I don't. Somebody who came on the chat said, on the post said this wasn't a robbery. I don't like to use the term robbery, man. But let me tell you something, dog. I just don't fathom if you're a judge, and remember, as a judge, even if you're a fan and you want to judge a fight, you got to go by the 4 criteria of judging. Ring generalship, defense, right? Punch accuracy, right?
Yep.
And y'all should know the other one. Tired of saying it. But there's 4 criteria of judging. I'm tired of saying it. Say it all the time. If you don't know it by now, then don't judge fights. So those 3 judges down there, based on the 4 criteria judging, I don't see how you give Roman Villa a round between 1 through 6. I don't see it. Rashidi Ellis was sharp in all facets from 1 through 6, right?
Agree.
So I gotta say it. Fuck it. Ring generalship, Rashidi Ellis easily. Defense, Rashidi Ellis easily. Romain Villa was too slow, too flat-footed, right?
Yeah.
Actually, Rashidi Ellis's offense was his defense because the jab was killing Romain Villa. It was making him reset every time. Romain Villa wasn't fucking cutting off the ring. Ellis's back was on the ropes several times, but Villa couldn't keep him on the ropes or in the corner when his back was in the corner. He couldn't do it in those first 6 rounds, right? Punching accuracy, Rashidi Ellis again, right? That's 3 of the 4 already, so you got to give those rounds to Rashidi Ellis. But then we'll say the 4th one, effective aggression. Rashidi Ellis did not win the effective aggression category, but neither did Roman Villa because his aggression wasn't effective. He was just following Ellis around the ring for 6 fucking rounds, missing shots and getting countered. That's what he was doing. So literally 3 of the 4, with one of the criteria being a draw, 3 of the 4 go to Rashidi Ellis from rounds 1 through 6. My opinion, from rounds 1 through 8. But I'm trying to make a case for Roman Villa here. So 7 and 8, let's look at that. Effective aggression. You can say Villa started coming on in round 7 and 8. So you give him effective aggression. He wins that, right? But then again, punch accuracy is still Rashidi Ellis because in round 7 and 8, he was still popping him with the jab. The speed was too much for Villa, and he was still countering him as Villa was coming in.
Yep, sure was.
Defense, you can't give it to Romain Villa because he was running into punches all night long.
No, you can't.
You can't give him defense in any fucking round, even the rounds that he won. Because defense isn't even a concept to Romain Villa. He's an aggressive fighter. He doesn't give a fuck if he gets hit by shots. He's trying to get to you. So you can't ever give him the defensive category. Ring generalship, in my opinion, round 7 and 8 is still Rashidi Ellis because Romain Villa was just coming on. He was just finding his rhythm. And in finding his rhythm, he was trying to figure out the style or the best way to put a dent in the style of Rashidi Ellis. In my opinion, the reason why Ellis started losing those rounds in the championship rounds is because he got winded.
Yes.
He was using too much of the ring, right, to try to get away from Romain Villa, and that's what he had to do anyway. He was a highly aggressive fighter with a lot of power. So he's using a lot of the ring to get away from him, that it winded him. Understand, Rashidi Ellis fought, what, 1 round in 1 year?
Yes.
So he hasn't been in the ring for a very long time. And my man, Jaron Davis, shout out to him, he made a good point on Facebook. He said, bro, they should have never scheduled a 12-round bout for Rashidi Ellis when he's only fought 1 round in 1 year.
Exactly.
And I agree with him 1,000,000%, dog. Because you're saying, while your fighter may be a fighter who's in shape year-round, the fact of the matter is he has not knocked off the ring rust.
There you go.
So you immediately, while still having ring rust, threw him into a 12-round bout with a very aggressive power puncher who is ranked, by the way. So he's trying to fucking get a title shot. So he's going to be even more aggressive. He's going to have even more heart at trying to get to you, bro. That was a very dangerous decision that they made.
Yeah, it was.
And it fucking backfired, man. So I feel like he got winded, and that's when he stopped moving so much. And that's, let me tell you something. When you get winded and your legs are starting to get tight, everything else starts to drop, right? Guard starts to drop. Head movement stops, right? Because you're focusing all of your energy and getting your legs to work. See what I'm saying? That's when Romain Villa was constantly hitting him with that fucking right hook. It wasn't the left hook until 12th round. And the one thing that I seen Rashidi Ellis doing, I was telling my wife, I saw this earlier in the fight. I was telling my wife, I said, hey, every time this motherfucker spins, right, he leans back.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Get away from anything that Romain Villa throws at him.
Yeah.
You can't pull back. That's not a defensive measure, bro. That's not a good defensive measure. That's one of the things I don't like about Deontay Wilder. He pulls back, right? And he's not really defensively sound. But he was spinning and applying an angle to Romain Villa and then pulling back. Well, when he no longer had the stamina to create enough distance to where the pullback was actually working, Romain Villa was lunging in with those right hooks and catching him every time he pulled back. Guess what happened when he knocked him down for the first time in the 12th round, Bo? What happened? It was the left hook on what? After on it, right, but after he did what?
Oh, after he pulled back?
Exactly.
He spent, he pivoted, spent, pulled
back. Go look at the fight.
Sure
Pivoted, spun off of him, pulled back, didn't have the stamina or the legs to create enough distance to where the pullback would put him out of range. And Romain Villa threw a jab and then lunged in with a left hook so that he covered the distance, whatever distance that Rashidi Ellis had created, and was able to land that left hook flush. Knockdown. Boy, oh boy, oh boy. See, Rashidi Ellis made a lot of mistakes in the championship rounds. Not really defensive sound, pulling back, punch volume dropped, not moving his head, right? Focusing too much on his feet, made a lot of mistakes, and he paid for it. While I thought Rashidi Ellis still did enough to win this fight, barely, it's his fault that it didn't go his way.
Agreed.
You can't give guys like this, where judges are going to look at him and favor his style because he's a come-forward fighter. You can't give him 2 points in a round, bro. You can't do that.
Can't do that.
When you do that, that's where the controversy comes in, man.
Yeah, agree 100%, man. You know, one of the I think that's something else. A lot of times these fighters, right? You got to check the temperature of the room. You got to check. You got to check the temperature of the room, man. If you know, because you know how you're looking, and if you see another guy coming on, and you're not getting the oohs and ahs from the crowd, man, you better check the temperature of that room. You know what I'm saying? You have to make sure in that ring that there, under no certain circumstances, the judges think or even believe that, hey, you're losing this fight. So, yeah, and that's what he didn't do. And then, like you said, he got tired. And I learned something about Rashidi Ellis today in this fight. When he gets tired, he's one of those fighters. Now, a lot of fighters, when they get tired, they make mistakes. But with Rashidi Ellis, when he just gets a little bit winded, he makes visual mistakes. That's just like,
yes, he does.
That's like you said, that guy had been watching Rashidi Ellis pivot and spin out, and he calculated, oh, he's not going back far enough. So I'll throw a jab to cover the distance. There you go. Yeah, that's exactly how I got him, man. So, yeah, this was a bad win. The thing that sucks was you guys go to Three Kings Boxing. This was an IBF title eliminator. What they was trying to do was line up Rashidi Ellis versus a Boots Enos fight. Because, of course, they got a feeling that Enos is not going to be able to get in the ring with Errol Spence or Crawford. Or if Crawford or Spence was to take place, whoever win probably would vacate. And Boots and Rashidi Ellis probably was going to probably fight for the vacant title. Well, that got ruined today, and it got ruined bad.
I mean, it wouldn't have mattered anyway. Like Rashidi Ellis would have got stopped late against Ennis, man. There's no way. First of all, Ennis would have. One thing Villa wasn't doing was he wasn't breaking Ellis down to the body early. You know what I'm saying? Ennis would have been doing that from round 1 on. So what would have happened was Ellis would have actually gotten broken down and probably winded by round 5.
Right.
And after that, Ennis would have stopped him by like 7 or 8, in my opinion.
Agreed. And speaking of Enos, let's go right on. Let's get right on into it. Ain't no reason to delay. Now, of course, he won like he should have won. And of course, we saw that. Of course, like we were talking about earlier with old boy that was talking, there's some major flaws in Jaron Boots Enos. But I'm not going to take from what my man probably said because I want him to say it because I like how he says it. But all I'm going to say is this. That boy does not beat Errol Spence. That boy does not beat Terence Crawford. Y'all need to stop.
I mean, he had issues with Karen's footwork, bro. Listen, guys, man, y'all gotta stop. Listen, I like Boots. I do.
Too.
And I've been saying this for fucking years. He's not ready. On this show, I've been saying Boots is not ready. And I get comments, oh man, he beats Terence Crawford right now. What? Based off what? Because he beat Sergey Limpnuts? That's his best win. So you're saying he beats Terence Crawford right now because of how he looked against Sergey Limpnuts? Because I understand what you're doing, what you should be doing. You should be looking at what he did against Limpnuts and Custio Clayton, his 2 best wins, right? And comparing that style against Terence Crawford's style and Errol Spence's style. That's what you should be doing, right? But what you're leaving out is the experience. Experience is a major factor, ladies and gentlemen. You can't say that a guy like Jaron Ennis, who doesn't have the experience, right, can beat guys that have proven themselves like fucking Errol Spence and Terence Crawford minus the experience, bro. What the hell? And that's what I've always harped on. He's not, it wasn't that he wasn't ready. I don't want to say that. And if I said that, let me recant that. I'm not saying that he's not ready. I'm saying that we can't say he can beat those guys and he doesn't have the experience. It makes no fucking sense.
Mm-hmm.
Now, if Errol Spence hadn't fought all the guys that he's fought, if we're talking about Errol Spence after Kell Brook, yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
If we're talking Terence Crawford after he had only beaten Jeff Horn, yeah, maybe.
Maybe, yeah.
I might have to go back.
Maybe Gamboa, maybe.
Maybe, yeah, because Terrence's a bad motherfucker by 140, so I might have to go back. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But that's why I told you guys, he doesn't beat these guys. I said this several times on the show. He doesn't beat these guys yet. Jaron Boots Ennis got what he needed to get today.
Mm-hmm.
A fight to the distance against a slick fighter. And Karen's not even slick like that. You know what Karen reminded me of?
Who?
Limpnuts.
Oh.
He fights just like Sergey Limpnuts.
Yeah.
He fights just like him.
Yeah.
Just like him.
Yep. I think he has a little bit better footwork, but
he has better footwork because he provides better angles, but they fight damn near the same base style, bro.
Yeah. I thought you were going to say Derevyanchenko.
Yeah. So he had trouble with a Sergey Lipnitz, or footwork trouble anyway. I don't want to say trouble. He had footwork trouble with a Sergey Lipnitz with better footwork and better timing on his counters. The check left hook was money for Karen, ladies and gentlemen. Now, this is what Boots likes to say. You know what I mean? I ain't even seen everything I've done. You know what I'm saying? I only showing a little bit of what I could do. Y'all ain't even seen everything I could do. You know what I'm saying? y'all ain't even seen everything I could do. That's Boots. Well, let me tell you something, man. I'm gonna tell you niggas something that I tell my son, right? There's never a situation, should never be a situation where you go out there and compete and you're only giving 30%.
Mm-hmm.
The fuck is wrong with you, man?
Yeah.
I don't care if the competition sucks. You route them niggas. If you playing a motherfucker 1-on-1 to 15 and he sucks, beat him 15-0.
Yes, sir.
Make it 16 ones and twos, bro. That's what I used to do. Still do to this day. Beat niggas 16-0. Route him. Don't just not go 100% because he's not that good. That's what I'm going to tell Boots. What are you talking about? And we ain't seen everything, you know. Nigga, we want to see it. Do it. You should have did it against Karen because Karen wasn't going. He wasn't getting knocked out. Not only was he not getting knocked out, he's hitting you with check left hooks. Night and day money, bro. Nigga was 80% with his check left hook. And I'm seeing that, and I'm telling myself, and Bo included, what fighter has an excellent check left hook? What was his name again, Bo?
Terence Bud Crawford.
Exactly. Terence Crawford has an excellent check left hook. So you're trying to convince 2K that, yeah, you know, Karen did land it, but Terence won't land it. No. You're trying to convince 2K, yeah, you know, Karen's footwork, you know, it troubled him a little bit, but when it's Terence, nah, man, his footwork ain't going to trouble him. No. When it's Errol Spence, nah, man. Nah, his footwork. Nah, man. Karen's footwork better than Errol Spence and Terence Crawford's, bro. Man, Karen's check left hook is way better than Terence Crawford's. That's what you're telling me. Boots. Not only that. Let me say this. I ain't done yet. Fuck that. I ain't done yet. Not even that. And MB 2.0, stop taking my points. Because it's making it seem like I'm taking it from you. And right. I'm not.
Well, hey, we was talking about it, so I'm your witness.
Karen was elusive as fuck in that fight, bro. Boots did not figure him out until like round 6. Wait a minute. You didn't figure this Karen guy out until round 6? And he fought the same way the whole fight, guys. Not like he changed his style or anything. But Errol Spence and Terence Crawford will change it up on you. So if you're too busy trying to figure out plan A, these niggas done already switched to A1 and A2. Are you kidding me? That's why y'all should listen to 2K when I tell you shit from the get-go. Boots can't beat Crawford and Spence, and this Karen fight showed that. Yes, he dominated every round, Samuel Gilly. Yes, he did. However, when you compare that performance, and there's no excuses. Man, yeah, you know what I'm saying? Y'all didn't see everything I could do. Fuck that. Yes, we did. We saw it, bro.
Yeah.
If we didn't see it, then you're not that smart of a fighter. Because you were supposed to unleash the tool chest against Karen because you had to get him out of there. And you were trying to get him out of there. You even said at the end of the fight, man, we should have got him out of there. That's what you said. We should have got him out of there. That means if you should have got him out of there, that means you were trying to unleash the tool chest. Well, if I saw the tool chest, I'm telling you right now, it's not enough to beat Bud or Spence. My opinion, maybe not even close. Hey, bro, he might have trouble with Virgil Ortiz.
Man, you took my point. I was just thinking that.
He might have trouble with Virgil fucking Ortiz,
Or
guys.
Stanionis.
Stanionis too, yeah.
He's a hell of a mover and a counterpuncher.
And he's aggressive. He might have trouble with those guys, ladies and gentlemen. Spence and Bud? Hold on here. We need to be talking about Virgil Ortiz and Stanionis.
I like how you did. That was dope.
If you didn't see that by watching this fight, I submit that you need to go back and do your homework. Don't argue with anybody that knows boxing. And I'm not saying you don't know boxing. I'm saying you're really missing something if you didn't see what I saw against Karen. You need to go back and do your homework. Go rewatch the fight, do your fucking homework. Because that was obvious. That Boots has a lot of issues that would not help him win against either of those two champions. So he mentioned after the fight that he wants the winner of, he said Spence, of course. He's going to be the mandatory for Spence, right? The IBF is actually giving Spence, 100 days, 120 days or something like that, Bo?
After Spence's next fight, they're giving him 120 days.
Yeah. So after Spence fights Keith Thurman, they're going to give him 120 days, right, to either fight Terence Crawford. Right. We already know what fight it is going to be. To either fight Terence Crawford or Boots, right?
Correct.
And if he doesn't, either one of those guys, IBF is going to strip Errol Spence. So he's already the mandatory. That's already the case.
Right.
And he understands that. But he did mention the winner of Stanionis and Virgil Ortiz. And I think that is the route he should go. Let's get some more adversity. Let's get some more guys in the ring that can take your power. Because that was ultimately the difference here. Karen was able to take his power.
Yeah, that's really what it came down to. I agree.
That's what it came down to. He was able to take his power. You know, all those other guys could not take his power, but Karen could. Let's get some more guys in there that can take his power. Let's get some guys in there that can take his power and put him through a little adversity. And that's what the winner of Stanionis, Virgil Ortiz, can do. So, yeah, that's the route he needs to go. Bud and Spence, hey, y'all stop that talk, man. Cut it out.
Right. Right. And the sad thing about it was he tried to fight because apparently he was trying to show us everything in this two shit because he tried to fight as a southpaw. And I don't understand why, if your goal is to show everybody why the talk about you is real, then you don't switch into something. Because understand, if you switch southpaw, there's one guy who can fight southpaw, can do it a lot better than you, and he showed us that. And that's Terence Bud Crawford.
Yep.
He showed that he can do it a lot better than you because he was missing his butt off in that southpaw style. Well, Terence Crawford, Terence Crawford don't miss.
And you know what? That's another testament to my point that he did pull all the tools out of his tool chest because he started going southpaw.
Yes, he did.
See what I'm saying? He tried what he could to get this guy out of there, and he failed.
He failed. Definitely.
And in my opinion, did not look good enough to say he could beat either of those two champions in the process.
And I agree with you 100%, man. So, yeah, if you guys don't like what's being said, that's fine. It is what it is. You want to come on here and talk to us about it, we can explain it to you, because that fight just showed you when you put him in with the guy that number one can take the power, but number two knows how to make the power not be a part of his game plan. Now what's next? Because understand, what I saw, even though, Boots Ennis tried to make some adjustments, but what I saw was a guy that still relies on his power. He's not like Deontay Wilder. He has skill. He has movement. He shows his angles. Right. But in the end, he is relying on being able to hit you with that to hurt you so he can get close to you. And when that wasn't working for Karen, that's when Karen started having counters and we start seeing those flaws. Well, there's two guys we know that can take a punch. We know we know Terence Crawford.
Both of them.
Errol
Spence, in my opinion, has much better punch, or not much better. I'm sorry, I didn't mean it like that. Errol Spence has better punch resistance than Terence Crawford. Errol Spence, seeing him take cracks from Sean Porter, cocking back and shit, and he's eating that. Yeah, dog. Errol Spence takes punches better than Terence Crawford, but Terence Crawford can take them too. Right. You see what I'm saying? Right. So you're not just gonna go out there and knock these guys out. Right. It's not gonna happen.
No, understand. Earl took Earl unaware, unprotected, took a flush punch from Ugas and went to the ropes and, okay, I guess we're fighting. And
pulled that shit from the great white height.
Hell yeah.
Motherfucker, you trying to embarrass me on TV?
Yeah.
And then it commenced to whooping his ass afterwards.
Yeah, oh yeah. no, no, man. No, I agree, man. Hey, Virgil Ortiz, Stanionis, those are the guys he definitely should be looking at, man. So we'll see what happens next. I actually hope he gets the winner of that because, as you guys know, of course, go to threekingsboxing.com. You know, that fight has been postponed, Stanionis Virgil Ortiz, because Stanionis had got sick. But we'll see
No,
what
he
happens.
didn't get sick. He's got surgery.
Oh, I'm
He's got
sorry, surgery.
surgery. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Thanks for the correction. Yeah, he got surgery. So we'll see what happens. But as far as I'm concerned, man, this was not a good showing for Boots Ennis. He won the fight. He dominated the fight.
I'm not gonna
But
say it's not a good showing, Bo. It was a good showing, but the problem is cats have overrated Boots Ennis. They've said he could beat Terence and Spence right now.
mm-hmm.
That is a sheer overrated statement, bro. And Karen showed that tonight. So he had a good performance. He did what he was supposed to do. People thought he should have knocked Karen out. I don't really care about that. You know what I'm saying? I'm not like, oh man, you should have knocked this nigga out. I think in Demetrius Andrade's case, yes. Right? Because he has to at this point.
Yes. Agreed.
Boots doesn't have to. You know what I'm saying? He's already established himself as the next guy that's going to be, vying for a title, whether Spence gets vacates or, when Crawford and Spence get out of 147, he is the guy to go for a title next.
Yep.
You see what I'm saying? So he's already made himself in that position. So he doesn't have to knock all these guys out, right? So his performance was fine from what I expect of Boots. But when we're comparing it to validate the statements that he could beat Spence and Crawford today, it was not good in that aspect. Not at all.
Exactly, man. 100%. All right, man. Let's get right down to it, to the main event. Of course, you guys know Gervonta Tank Davis did take on Hector Garcia. Hector Garcia came up to fight Gervonta. So even though Gervonta Davis did beat Hector Garcia, who complained about he got hit so hard, I guess he couldn't see out of one of his eyes, he decided not to continue fighting. But let me say some things prior to that, because of course I'm pissed off that Hector Garcia decided, didn't try to see if his sight would get better, or he still had a second eye. I don't understand why, as a fighter, he didn't try to push forward. But let me just say this right here, man. I'm watching that fight, and probably you can correct me if I'm wrong. I'm looking at that fight, and I'm saying, hey man, Tank Davis beats Ryan Garcia, because Ryan Garcia is not as good as a boxer or good as a fighter. The only thing Ryan may have is faster hands, but when it comes to footwork, when it comes to boxing ability, he's not better than Hector Garcia.
Sure. You don't even have to look at Hector Garcia fight to know that. We've been guaranteeing, and I got money waiting for me to. Money is waiting to be placed in my bank account for no reason, because I got an open bet with a motherfucker out there.
Okay.
That's betting Ryan Garcia.
No.
So money's waiting to get placed in my bank account. No. You know what I'm saying? This is an easy call. Ryan Garcia is gonna get knocked out, guys. I almost might up the stakes on the bet and say, fuck it. I'll lose if he don't knock him out. Fuck winning. I might even up the stakes and say, fuck it. If he don't knock him out, I lose. I already know I'm gonna win if Tank wins. I already know that. Let's make it harder. Shit.
Because I'm just saying, man, what I saw in that fight. Listen, number one, Ryan Garcia not taking the tune-up. Well, the guy he was going to take a tune-up, he shouldn't have took anyway, right? But you allowed Tank Davis to get a fight like this. A fight you allowed. Wait, let me get to. Whoa. You do understand this is the same mistake Deontay Wilder made when it came to Tyson Fury, right? Oh, so you're going to allow this motherfucker to get two tune-ups before you fight him? Oh, okay, right? You think that's going to help you? You allowed him to take a tough fight like this, right? And don't get it twisted. Up until the knockout, it was a damn good fucking fight. But then it was a damn good fight. Tank is no longer starting to become just a fighter depending on his power. He's showing us more tricks to the two chest. Now he does at a certain degree rely on that when it comes to landing to hurt you. I'll give him that. But Tank did a lot of good things in this fight against someone who I believe is a way better boxer than Ryan, who makes adjustments faster than Ryan Garcia. And then what's the one thing that Ryan Garcia does every time? He always keeps his chin up. Always keeps his chin
back too.
Pulls back with his chin up.
You know what's funny about Ryan, and pretty much what we talked about on the show with the problem of pulling back to elude shots. Ryan will pull back and not even create distance. This motherfucker will stay in the pocket pulling back.
Yeah.
Stupid, bro.
Yeah.
Against Tank, pulling back while still planted. Oh my God. That's like taking candy from a baby right there.
Yeah, it is. Yeah,
he keeps his chin in there, he pulls back, doesn't really bring his hands home. He got fast hands. As you say, Tank. Well, I don't even want to say Tank. As Deontay Wilder relies on his power, right?
Mm-hmm.
Ryan Garcia relies on his speed.
That's very true.
That's literally that is a great analogy. I don't give a fuck what you say. You know what I'm saying? That's a great analogy. Deontay Wilder relies on his power as Ryan Garcia relies on his speed, and vice versa. And that's going to be a problem because Tank, as Bo mentioned, he's starting to show that he can create his own offense from different positions while coming forward. That's what I'm starting to see. You see what I'm saying? I can't stand Tank, but this is a objective boxing channel. Tank is a good fighter. He's good. I don't like him at all, but he's good. I think he's a fake ass dude, bro. But he's good, right? And he's getting better as fights happen. One thing you don't want Tank doing is getting better before he fights you.
That's very true.
You don't want that.
That's very true.
If Tank was still the Tank that fought Jose Pedraza, Ryan Garcia's got a chance.
Yeah, I agree with that.
But he's not that Tank anymore. He's better than that Tank. See what I'm saying? I seen this nigga roll counter. Tank never did that before.
Oh, man.
This motherfucker pulling roll count. He rolling with shots and then coming back with a counter immediately. Right. He never did that before. I'm talking like back in when he fought Pedraza and Francisco Fonseca. He wasn't doing that back then.
No, he wasn't.
Right? But the most recent fights that he's had, he's learned. And now he's doing new shit that could definitely bother someone with the style of Ryan Garcia. Mm-hmm. The aggression that he showed and his ability to make his own offense while being extremely aggressive, right? His feinting, his ability, he's actually providing angles.
Yes, he is.
Putting angles on his fighter.
His footwork has gotten even better, man. His footwork has gotten a little bit better.
Bro, that's going to trouble the shit out of Ryan Garcia, Bo. Like I said, I might raise the stakes and just say, hey, man, I don't want your money if Tank wins. That's too easy, bro. Tank got to knock him out.
That's fucked up.
Tank got to knock him out, bro.
Got to knock him out, bro.
Yeah. It is probably going to be like, well, okay, all right, bet. I'll go with you, man. Ryan got to knock him out. No. All you need is Ryan wins. You good, bro. You keep that. I'll raise my stakes. Too easy. It's too easy, bro. Tank gonna flatline this boy, man. Ryan in my opinion, and people are gonna disagree. Ryan Garcia needs 2 more fights, in my opinion, against top level opposition.
Not no Javier Fortuna.
No Javier Fortuna.
Jester.
No, none of those guys. I forgot the guy's name already. I forgot his name. Dude, he knocked Romero Duno, whatever his name is.
Yeah.
I still firmly believe Ryan Garcia should fight Rolly Romero. I think that's a good fight for him before he fights Tank. I think that's a great fight for him before he fights Tank. Because Rolly Romero is going to do some of the same shit Tank does. Not as good as Tank, but it's the same kind of base style. It's aggression. It's going to be a lot of aggression, some hand speed. He's going to look to counter Ryan Garcia, right? And he's got a lot of power behind his shots. I think that's an excellent fight for Ryan Garcia before he fights Tank. Is it risky? Absolutely. But that's the fight that's going to prepare him for a Tank Davis fight, man.
Yeah.
But he won't take that fight. That won't happen.
No, he won't take that fight. And the thing is, and I think I saw I think I saw something Ryan was saying how, I never had nobody build me up. I had to build this, myself. Tank, you had Floyd Mayweather. He helped, build your profile. Excuse me, sir. There's a guy by the name of Canelo Alvarez that the reason why you're known because of him, because nobody knew who you was.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like nobody just builds themselves like without somebody there to help bring them up. So that doesn't happen. He was saying that. But at the end of the day, the problem that I'm looking at when it comes to Ryan, and then on top of that, and I hate to say this, but I still don't believe mentally Ryan. I still don't believe mentally Ryan can take it. I still do not believe if Tank Davis is outboxing him and them punches are raining down on him. Now Ryan may not quit, but he will show you he's mentally defeated. We'll see it in his face. We'll
Listen,
probably see it in his body language.
why is like Ryan Garcia's over there picking on Regis Prograis? What are you doing, man? Regis will dominate you as well. What the fuck? I, I think the Regis fight is harder for him, in my opinion. Like Tank, and this was the point I was gonna make with fighting Hector Luis Garcia. He's in another close fight against a boxer. That's going to happen against Tank. It's going to be a close fight. If you can box, you will outbox Tank for several rounds. It's going to happen.
Very true.
Because Tank has to get used to what your strengths are before he can show his strengths. That's how Tank fights. So you're going to win rounds if you're a boxer against him. Okay? So Ryan Garcia is going to win rounds against Tank before ultimately gets knocked out. But he is going to win rounds. Regis Prograis is a worse matchup for Ryan than Tank is because Regis don't need rounds to read you.
No, he don't.
This motherfucker will beat your ass utilizing his tools. And Regis' tools are a one size fit all. This motherfucker comes in the ring with ready-made tools, bro. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes, most 99% of the time it has worked. The other 1% it didn't. You could say it didn't against Josh Taylor, but some people thought he won that fight. I have no problem if you thought he won that fight. That was a close fight.
Yeah, it was.
But the fact that it was that close, again, fits what I'm saying. This motherfucker has one size fits all tools. Tank don't have that. Tank gotta go through the tool chest. All right, then I can't use this one. I gotta. Let me get that socket wrench. Yeah. That right there. That's Tank.
Right.
So, dude, at the end of the day, I don't know what Ryan Garcia is thinking. Does he really believe in himself? I don't know. I don't even know if the Tank fight happens, guys. I don't believe Ryan.
Yeah.
I don't believe him. He's over here saying, I don't need no fucking tune-up. Fuck a tune-up. I'm fight Tank right away. After the fight, he talking about Tank, you done. I don't believe this guy. I hope I'm wrong. They make the fight bet. That's what's up. But I don't believe Ryan Garcia. I don't believe you, sir. Because you did the same thing with Devin. And then when you got in position to fight Devin, you didn't want to fight him anymore.
Yeah. I'm expecting an injury. The closer we get to the fight, I'm expecting the injury.
Yeah, I'm expecting some mental illness. That's what I'm expecting. Some mental illness. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, dog. Yeah, I don't believe him. But to break down the fight, we didn't break down the fight real quick. This is why I think Devin Haney gives Tank trouble, guys. Again, if you didn't see what I saw with Hector Luis Garcia and his ability, right, to not only take Tank shots, but to counter him as he was coming in, then you need to go rewatch the fight. Devin, and people saying that Devin Haney's got a glass jaw. I don't know where that's coming from. I know where it's coming from. It's coming from the Jorge Linares 11th round. He was buzzed shit, right?
Yeah.
But that means Floyd Mayweather got a glass jaw too because he did the same kind of dance after the second round in the first fight against Marcos Maidana. So Floyd got a glass jaw too, right?
Vasil definitely got one because he was dropped by Jorge Linares.
Right. Vasil Lomachenko got glass jaw too, apparently. Right. All these glass jaws all over boxing because you get wobbled, right? Anyway, Devin Haney can take a punch, guys. Plain and simple. All right. Devin Haney can box better than Hector Luis Garcia. He boxes better than him.
He does.
Ryan Garcia is excellent at judging distance. I said Ryan Garcia. I'm sorry. Devin Haney. Scratch that shit. That was a typo. that was a Freudian slip.
Wow.
Devin Haney judges distance.
Wow. Freudian.
Devin Haney judges distance with excellence. And he has an excellent ability to put his punches where he wants them to land, bro. He's devastatingly accurate, okay? Hector Luis Garcia is good at reading his opponents and countering. Devin Haney can read his opponents while he's offensively attacking. He can read the next move. Garcia doesn't have that ability. Garcia doesn't have the ability to read the next move. That's why Tank was getting to him in those exchanges. That's why Hector Luis Garcia was sitting in the pocket, because it was easier to see what Tank was going to do when he was in the pocket than when he was on his back foot. Devin Haney doesn't need to do that. Devin Haney could be on his back foot and still read what Tank is going to do next. See what I'm saying, guys?
Sure can.
Devin Haney is a hell of a fucking fighter from the outside. And he's not even going to try to fight Tank on the inside, where Tank loves it. Understand, against Garcia, when Garcia was backing up and judging the distance, keeping mid-range in between the two, that's when he was beating Tank, guys. Mm-hmm. That's when he was winning those rounds. He would lose the rounds whenever he would allow Tank to close the distance, right? And he wasn't fast enough to get back on his back foot to create that distance to get out of the way for what Tank was doing. That's when he was losing those rounds. Also, when he was sitting in the pocket. That's not going to be Devin Haney. I'm not saying that Tank won't get moments where that happens. I'm saying that there won't be extended moments where that happens against Devin Haney. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
So the blueprint, honestly, guys, if you want to see why Devin Haney gives Tank trouble, is to watch this fight here. Watch what Garcia was doing.
Yep.
Watch the pivoting. Watch the countering as Tank came in. Right? That is the blueprint for why Devin Haney will be trouble. That is the blueprint for why all boxers against Tank could be, arguably winning the fight, or the fight is close until he knocks him out. This is why. He's a good fighter. Ryan Garcia is an okay fighter. There's no way Ryan wins that fight, man.
No way Ryan wins that fight. I'm gonna tell you, I'm gonna say something else too. One thing about Devin Haney is probably what I would like to refer to as a lightweight Larry Holmes. He works that jab to perfection.
Yes, he
does. He knows where to put it. He gives you different variations of it. Sometimes it's an up jab. Sometimes it's a side jab. Sometimes it's just right down the pipe. Like, he works that.
He ain't doing shit without that jab, bro.
He ain't doing nothing.
Wait a minute. You want me to go to the store? Hold on. Let me get my jab.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Devin, you forgot your wallet. But I got my jab.
Okay. Right. I got my jab. Shit. Keep the wallet. I got my jab.
I got my jab. Right. You go to Rob, Devin, hey, stick him up. Give me everything in your pocket. Hey, man, I can't give you the jab.
Right, man. You take everything you want, man. Car, wallet. Hey, you take my bitch, man, but I can't give you my jab.
I can't give you the jab.
Right.
He does that. He does everything off of that, and he builds everything off that, and he's so effective with that jab. And this is the reason why a lot of people don't like his fights, because you guys say it's boring, because he can beat you solely with that jab.
Exactly.
And it's one of those jabs that, it's a power jab. It's not just a jab to just, it's a snap your neck. It's a power jab that makes you reset. Well, when you get aggressive power punches like Tank Davis, even though he's a good boxer, when you get aggressive power punch like Tank Davis, well, what is the first thing that they like to do? Because Tank still comes forward with his chin too far past his knee.
Past his knee, absolutely.
Well, that's perfect for what? A jab. You hit.
That's perfect for an uppercut.
The uppercut, you're right, uppercut, jab. And when Garcia was hitting with the jab, that's why it takes Tank so long to reset, because why? He's trying to get in position, and trying to get himself ready, which is what most power punchers do. He still has that thought process of a power puncher. He's transitioning into a boxer, but his thought process is still that of a power puncher. Right. Well, against a guy like Devin Haney, whose thought process is a boxer, which is more better because he's more fluid with everything he does. Everything with Devin Haney flows. He can build everything off that jab, and he's a better counterpuncher along with that footwork. And on top of that, Devin Haney makes adjustments in real freaking time. It is unbelievable how he does that. So this is the reason why a lot of them guys don't want to fight Devin, is because of that. This is the reason why they don't want to fight. As we why T.O., his father talking about something. Well, Devin don't bring nothing to the table. Really? Undisputed? Okay.
He would have got washed, and he understands. You got beat by Sandor Martin, who's nowhere near the kind of boxer Devin Haney is. He would have got washed.
Exactly. Exactly. Right? Same thing with Tank. Same thing with Ryan. This is the very reason why none of these guys is in the rush to fight him, because they know what Devin Haney can do. This is not a coincidence. Now, if he had the money or brought the money, like Davis and all them, of course they fight him, because that's what it's about at this point, risk versus reward. But as long as they can get around that, it's going to be interesting to see what happens when Devin go to 140. I can't wait.
Wait. I mean, the only thing is, like I said, the thing with Tank is he's literally, when you watch him fight boxers, he has to knock these guys out, or though it's going to be like a majority or split decision type of fight. Right. And you can't tell me that this Hector Luis Garcia fight was not headed in that direction. You know what I'm saying?
Man. I had it close. I had it like 77, 76. It was pretty
close. I had it something like that as well. It was going back and forth, interchanging rounds between the two guys. It was a close fight throughout, man, up until the point where dude quit on his stool.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, against boxers, highly intelligent boxers, I don't even consider Garcia a highly intelligent boxer. I think he's mid-level intelligence. A highly intelligent boxer, bro. Well, let me say this. Against boxers in general, like I said, he's got to knock them out.
Yeah.
Against a highly intelligent boxer that can actually evade the shots and take the shots, that's a tough sell to tell me that he beats that guy.
I agree with that.
Just saying, man.
I agree with that. Like we said, Ryan Garcia is not a highly intelligent boxer at all.
Hell no. My man Alex said he dropped a date April 15th. That's the way that motherfucker dropped a date. He going to sleep. Should have put that. Yeah, man. Hey, everybody tune in, man. I'm going to take a nap April 15th. It's going to be a live nap.
I'm just saying, man, at the end of the day, when I heard Hector Garcia, me and you was always saying, hey, man, that's not a tune-up. And up until he quit
several times.
Yeah, up until he quit, you guys saw it wasn't easy. It wasn't a tune-up.
No.
It really was. Hell, Tank had a mark up underneath his eye. So it wasn't a tune-up. Ryan Garcia allowed Tank to fight a guy. Understand, the last couple guys Tank's been fighting. Leo Santa Cruz was, had longer arm reach to him, tried to box. Mario Barrios, longer arm reach, taller than him, tried to box. Then, of course, he had I got his face in my head. I can't think of his name right now. But Rolly Romero. Now he fought Hector Luis Garcia. He's fighting guys that are making him evolve while Ryan is doing what? Chilling at the crib.
Chilling at the crib on Instagram. Right. Doing that same stupid ass shit where he punches niggas in the stomach and they try to take that's just stupid as fuck. Yeah, dumbass shit. That don't mean nothing.
I'm gonna tell you something. It's stupid. Them niggas is beta males.
Yeah.
They beta me. They going all the way down. Nigga, I'm standing there while the camera's on. Now when the camera's off, maybe I'll bend over. But I ain't falling to the ground like they're killing me, screaming like some bitch.
Man, they doing that shit. They doing that shit just to do it, bro. Because Ron Garcia, they boy, nigga, they trying to hype him up. That's all it is, man. But I wouldn't be surprised if they had a talk before all that. Say, hey, man, I'm gonna hit you a couple times, man, and then kind of wince and back up. I wouldn't be surprised if that shit was scripted than a motherfucker, man.
I'm with you.
So at the end of the day, bro, yeah, you on Instagram and shit doing that same bag workout. He does the same two shit. He's hitting that bag where he's moving his head and shit. I mean, it was cool when I saw it the first 900 times. After that, I was like, all right, at 901, I was like, all right, nigga, do something else. You know what I'm saying? But I first saw it, I was like, damn, that shit dope, man. Nigga fast as fuck, man. Like, moving his head, that's dope. But then when I saw this shit way too many times, I was like, Ryan, put another post up, nigga. Work the speed bag. Go get the Maz bag, nigga. Work something. Do the double in bag, bro. Do something else, nigga. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, you went too far back. These guys nowadays don't know what the double end bag is, Prodigy.
That's true.
No, you went too far back.
That's true. I love the double end bag. I used to do that shit all the time, man.
I do too.
I love that shit. But yeah, man, like, man, damn, dog. Like, there's, like I said, Ryan needs 2 fights, guys. Why would you pick a guy that has mental illness on top of that? I tell you guys, boxing is 95% mental. This guy has documented mental illness. Why would you pick him? Makes no sense. Oh my God, man.
Yeah.
One more thing I want to say about Boots. I forgot about this. Did y'all see this nigga try to hit him, Karen, with a left hook and miss and spun around?
Bro,
he had his back to. Dude, what? Guys, let me just say this, man. If Boots.
I saw that.
If Boots tries that against Crawford or Spence, do you guys understand what the fuck would happen? Do you guys understand what happened? Go back and look at that fight. I don't remember what round it was. He threw a left or a right hook. I think it was a left hook because he spun to his right. So I think it was a left hook, and he missed him and spun all the way around and literally had his back to Karen. And then Karen was like kind of holding him from behind. I don't know why. I would have punched the nigga. Fuck it.
Yeah.
That's his fault, not mine. Right. And then the referee came and broke it up. Understand what would happen if he did that against Terence Crawford or Errol Spence. Exactly, MB 2.0. And what is it, Bo? Boom, nigga, slumped. Slumped. Exactly. Crawford would have been like, is this nigga serious? Here you go. While he was in the process of spinning, Crawford in his head would have been like, is this motherfucker serious? And then here come the check left hook. Boom, there you go. Take that with you, bro.
Crawford looked at him like, this y'all say he could be me.
Exactly, bro.
Crawford probably saw that, was like, are they serious about this guy? Y'all say this guy could be me? Really? That's what they say? Wow.
Yep.
All right, man. We're gonna close out, man. As always, man.
Go on the comments, bro. Go on the comments. So hold on. We gotta we wanna do some comments real quick. So Thor, I remember this cat, man. It's the cat from the UK. So he said Tank, a 3-division regular champion. I agree with that. I like to say Tank is a 2-time 1-division champion. That's what I like to say. Right? I don't count regular titles. He's not a multi-division champion. And Boots 30-0 against cab drivers, and y'all got them as pound-for-pound fighters. Got them as pound-for-pound level guys. Who does, Thor? Who's y'all? Who you talking about?
Yeah, for real.
Go to 3kingsboxing.com, sir. If you're using your phone, scroll down past the articles and past the fights that are up, and you'll see our top 10 boxers in the sport today. Tank is not on there, and Boots is not on there.
Nowhere near.
So what are you talking about? I know you're not talking about us. You must be talking about somebody else when you say y'all. Then he said, Amero bums, another 2 Wilders in the making. Y'all fans need to speak up. So you're saying that we're saying that those guys are... All right, I'm done there. Next comment. That nigga, Thor has a 75 IQ, bro.
He does, because he said this right here. Now, is that Conor Ben with or without the juice? I mean, we don't know.
Conor Ben will knock out Boots. Easy work. Oh, okay.
Well, I mean, but I mean, is that Conor Ben with or without the juice? I mean, is that
Conor Ben won't take that fight, Thor? He wouldn't even take.
He didn't take that fight.
Yeah, he wouldn't take that fight.
No.
Yeah.
He wouldn't take that fight.
So what are you talking about? He'll knock out Josh Kelly. I agree with you there.
Right.
That's without the juice. He'll knock out Josh Kelly. Conor. This guy, man. My man Heisenberg said, "Can't lie, fellas. I struggled to make it through this pay-per-view after the Ellis fight. Stayed up until 4 a.m. watching the strawweight fight." Oh, you must be talking about Daniel Valladares and Genjiro Shigeoka. That fight was on. when was that? Tuesday morning, which was a draw. That was a crazy fight, man, because I
It
expected
was.
Jinjiro Shigeoka to come out the new IBF minimum weight champion, but didn't happen that way. But at the end of the day, man, what I'm saying with a lot of these Japanese fighters, they get knocked off. You know,
Yeah, they
with
are.
the exception of Naoya Inoue, they get knocked off, man.
Yeah, they are.
Several Japanese fighters have been knocked off recently. You know what I'm saying?
Kazuda Oka gave a poor performance against
I
Joshua
mean,
Franco.
he lost to Franco, bro. Joshua Franco beat Kazuda Ioka, guys. And remember, I was saying before the fight, I was wrong, which doesn't happen often, but I was wrong. I definitely admit it when it happens. I was saying, man, this should be work. Not easy work, but my man Kazuda Ioka should whoop this nigga ass, man, because this ain't the brother. This ain't Jesse Bam Rodriguez. This Joshua Franco. If it was Bam, yeah, Kazuda Ioka had some trouble, but Joshua Franco, nah, I was wrong. I was wrong to the point where Franco actually won the fight, in my opinion. I think they robbed Buddy out there, man.
Yeah.
But they had what's my guy's name? I can't think of his name, man. Fighter at light flyweight. He got knocked off. Japanese fighter down there got knocked off. They get knocked off all over the place.
Oh yeah, you're talking about the one that lost to Melvin Jerusalem, are you?
Yes.
Yeah.
What's his name?
I can't think of his name, but I know
Masamichi.
Taniguchi.
Taniguchi, thank you. Masamichi Taniguchi. Thank you, sir. Yep. Getting knocked off, man. Melvin Jerusalem been sitting there too for a minute.
He been sitting
trying to be champ. Yeah.
He been sitting for a while.
He went in there and knocked Buddy out in the second round.
He sure did.
So yeah,
I didn't see that coming.
Yeah, I didn't see that coming either. But it's happening with these Japanese fighters getting knocked off, man. With the exception of Naoya Inoue, and Kenshiro even got knocked off before he came back and knocked off another Japanese fighter. Right?
Yeah, he did.
So yeah, man, these Japanese guys get knocked off, man.
Yeah. The only one that got knocked off that should have got the win was Zhang when he fought Horkovich. He should have got that W.
Oh yeah, well Zhilei Zhang, he's not Japanese.
He's Korean, right? My bad.
Oh, nigga.
China.
Oh, damn,
Chinese.
Bro. I can't do that, man. Them motherfuckers get mad as hell.
They sure are.
Them motherfuckers will get mad. I'm not Chinese. Them motherfuckers will get mad, nigga. And I feel them for that shit.
For real. Yeah, for real.
I hate when motherfuckers look at me and be like, Are you Dominican? No, motherfucker, I ain't Dominican. I don't even know Spanish. That shit pissed me off, nigga. I ain't no fucking nigga. I ain't Hispanic.
That dude, I'll never forget. That was so funny. I'm standing next to him, thought that I'm like, damn, motherfucker don't even speak Spanish than I do. I'm a nigga that's Cuban over here.
Right, man. We get mad. I used to get mad. They used to do that shit in college. Hey, man, you Dominican or something, dog? Like, no, nigga, I ain't fucking Dominican. I'm black. Not even a little bit. No. Well, that shit used to piss me off, man. Exactly. Heisenberg, he said, it's like calling a Puerto Rican a Mexican. That's how it is. Chinese get pissed if you call them Japanese, right? Because apparently there's some thing with Chinese and Japanese. I used to date a Japanese girl. She told me all about it, right?
Right.
So there's a thing there. You can't call a Japanese person Chinese. You can't call a Chinese person Japanese. You can't call a Korean person none of it.
None of
You better get that shit on the money with a Korean, bro. Them motherfuckers don't like nobody other than themselves.
Man. Koreans and Indonesians.
Yeah, you better get that shit right.
Get that shit
them,
right with that. They are not playing with you.
Hell nah. I'm not Chinese.
We wrong for that. We so wrong.
Oh my God, bro. All right, man. You close out now, man.
All right. As always, man, y'all go to 3keysboxing.com for the latest greats what's going on in the sport of boxing, man. Shout out to everybody that stayed up late with us tonight, man. We definitely appreciate you guys, man. And always, man, shout out to my man Prodigy for help keeping this going, man, and coming on here and doing this. And as always, man, we look forward to seeing y'all More great articles, more stuff to be coming. Stay tuned. 2023 is the year of 3KB. Probably, oh, damn.
Yeah, that's nice, man. I like
Man,
that.
yeah,
Yeah,
man.
yeah. Go write. Hey, go write that shit down, bro.
What did I say again? All right, Prodigy, take us.
Y'all know what to do, man. Go to 3kingsboxing.com for your source of pure and adulterated boxing information. Hit us up on Twitter at 3kingsboxing, Instagram at 3kingsboxing, Facebook.com, Facebook.com/ 3kingsboxing, where it is popping the most. All right. Also hit the subscribe on this channel. The YouTube channel is Prodigy of Boxing Talk. Hit the subscribe button. Also hit the notification bell. We are going to be moving this year, 2023, to the Three Kings Boxing YouTube page. We're also exploring Rumble. We might be over there on Rumble as well. So there's a couple of different avenues that we're going to be taking. So do look forward to us pretty soon with the revamped show going over to the Three Kings Boxing YouTube page. All right, and that's 3 Kings Boxing. Type that shit in YouTube. Go over there, hit the subscribe button and the notification bell there as well. All right. Appreciate everybody in the chat. Everybody came through. All the cast that was rocking with us, man, real early. It is 3:30 a.m. Central Time, 4:30 a.m. Eastern, and what is it? 1:30 a.m. Central. Motherfuckers is up for no reason listening to 3KB. Definitely appreciate you guys. Come back because we will be back. Until the next one, we out.